times create strong men create good times create strong women create bad times. Welcome to a brand new video. That's how the quote goes. Don't ask questions, don't cancel me. That's the quote. I didn't say it, they said it. I didn't say it, that's what they said. Thank you for being here. Today, we are looking into the male loser epidemic. Alright, apparently Shuon had crashed out. Apparently she features me in this video. I do not know. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I don't know. All I'm saying is apparently I'm in here somewhere. I'm sure I'm gonna get absolutely lambasted at some point. So lock in, boys and girl. This is going to be one of the deepest dives of all time into modern male losers. Now, I think it's a literal multi-faceted issue. On the one hand, you have the American left, which is telling men to be weak little beta pussies and that women should do everything in society, which is bad for men and bad for women. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the right side of history saying that, all right, men, you have very simple tasks and you gotta fist yourselves in the asshole. Okay, maybe that's over exaggerating, but lock in, boys and girl. We're about to have a woman explain to us about male losers. It's gonna be awesome.
Hello again, friends.
Hello, commie mommy.
Sorry I've been gone for quite a bit. Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. I feel like every time I take a war breaks out or something, but thankfully that did not happen.
True. No Americans died. There was no war. It was not a war. All right, I stand by this. It was not a war. It was simply flexing. All right, America defecated on Iran's nuclear reactors. That does not count as a war.
But at least we found out the real Epstein files were the friends we made.
Fuck, dude, no, I can't do more Epstein shit. Oh, it's horrible. Oh my God, Trump, for the love of God, release the fucking list.
Along the way. Welcome back to the Shuon.
There are no Epstein lists. Okay, listen, you see, simply the Epstein list is, they traffic children to no one, in fact.
Channel, if it is your first time here, run. I am Shuon Head, and on this channel I like to cover cultural issues.
Men! And women sometimes too.
Mostly surrounding men's issues.
Yeah! I am so grateful that we have strong women to explain men's issues to— This is a joke. I hope you know. I love Shuon Head's videos. I think they're awesome.
It's what I've been doing for over a decade, and—
Like, she is easily, by the way, my favorite leftist on the internet. Like, without even, like, a shadow of a doubt. She is by far my favorite leftist on the internet. Because, like, she's a leftist, but she's also like, yeah, the left is, like, really bad. Which is everything I want a leftist to be.
Frankly, I'm exhausted. Many of you have been along for the ride, and you have seen me go from a chipper, lively, 24-year-old making fun of BuzzFeed and Tumblr feminists to a bitter, calloused 34-year-old talking about very real and growing men's issues.
Yeah, like Facebook posts and tweets.
One of the main men's issues I have been covering in great detail lately has been the male loneliness epidemic. Yeah, but turns out I was wrong. We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male loser epidemic.
There we go! Dude, this is my favorite fucking back-to-back. All right, hear me out. Women be like, all the men are just losers now. That was it. That was the whole punchline. That was it. What did you think of my joke, guys? What did you think? You thought— No, but it's like every single time you hear, it's like you have women be like, we should make as much money as men. Also, women be like, I can't go out with that guy. He doesn't even make more money than me. Like, you have like this obvious double standard. It's like, you will never be happy. It's like, we need to be stronger than men. Also, I will never date a man that's not stronger than me. All right. Hell yeah, dude.
It's not a male loneliness epidemic. No, it's a male mediocrity epidemic.
Strong women create weak men is what I'm saying.
It's a male loser epidemic.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point.
You are posting videos on TikTok complaining about men because you're alone and sad and pathetic. You see, I personally am a living example against the male loser epidemic. I am rich, I am successful, I have a beautiful family, and I actually don't need to expose any of that shit to the internet because I am privately behind my fucking VTuber avatar. I am living the ideal lifestyle, by glory of God.
Now, I don't always talk about men's issues. No, sometimes I talk about politics, and sometimes—
That's hilarious! Politics is just men's issues. A lot of people aren't fully aware of this, but you'll see. Everyone will come around to the Nux-based arc at some point. I've been very based lately. I've been getting half my videos demonetized. I don't know why. All I do is make fun of women. I'm joking. Obviously, I have nothing but respect for women. They're literally, who else would clean my dishes? But what God, I can't do this. This is diabolical. The point that I'm trying to make is all of politics is actually men's issues. This is a true fact. All of politics is men's issues. Make of that what you will.
I mix the two together. Now, I know a lot of you don't like politics. You don't care about politics. But politics cares about you.
True! You are an unwitting, groomed victim.
And it will enter your life no matter how hard you try to avoid it.
True.
But thankfully, I have the perfect app to help you navigate the
ground news,
confusing political landscape. So let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ground News.
Yeah, I actually am sponsored by Ground News also this month.
Before we get into this video, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers a fun and transparent way to read the news from all across the political spectrum.
True, you can see what the left is talking about. How Trump isn't releasing the Epstein files. And you can see what the right is talking about. How Trump isn't releasing the Epstein files.
From left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and make sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features from Ground News has to be the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here is a story about how the CIA...
Illegal immigrants kill some people? The left is silent. Left is absolutely silent. Children die in Gaza? The right has nothing to say.
Covered Russiagate fraud, and right away we can see how it has been covered by 41 sources, and out of those 41 sources, 9...
That's fucked up. Like, that is fucked up. The fact that the left pushed a giant Russia hoax, that Russia was secretly pushing the fucking presidency, Russia was involved, and then it turns out Russia wasn't involved, it was all a lie, and then they didn't even have the balls to correct the record, is diabolical.
93% of them.
You don't hate the media enough.
With only 2 left-wing outlets reporting the story. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see just how political bias can affect the framing of a story. For example, this story about Zohran Mamdani winning the Democratic primary in New York. This
actual travesty, by the way. That guy's fucking horrible.
Left-leaning outlet says Zohran Mamdani's win just got a little sweeter. Right. And meanwhile, the right-wing says, meet Zohran Mamdani, the man who will ruin New York.
So what you're saying is the right-wing news was accurate and the left-wing news was cringe. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I'm hearing. Is that what you're saying? Interesting, interesting.
As you can see, very different vibes.
Except one's right and the other one's wrong. So listen, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying, one's right and one's wrong. So, you know, not a great example there, you know.
I have been using Ground News since 2021 because I think it is so informative, so fun, and it helps me see how different stories are framed so differently, and I love it. I highly recommend it. It's one of the few apps that I wake up and...
Yeah, one big Asmongold L, by the way, because normally I really like Asmongold's takes. One big Asmongold L is that he doesn't think Mamdani's a problem. That guy's like an actual savage communist. Like, extremist communist. And there's no two ways about it. And he will fuck the city. The reason why Asmongold said he likes Mamdani is because all the other ones pledged allegiance to Israel. Bro, he pledged allegiance to Palestine. What's the difference? What's the fucking difference? Man ran his fucking campaign on Palestine in New York City.
Just immediately check. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. High praise. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all of their amazing features.
All you need to do, Asmon thinks he is a problem. He's just okay with that because he thinks the voter base will learn from being retarded. They won't learn from anything. The media tells them to be happy and the media tells them to be sad. I don't think they're going to learn a damn thing. Like, dude, none of these people know anything about politics. Not a single one of them knows even a remote little nothing about. They don't know anything. They don't know jack shit. He's going to destroy the city. The media is going to tell them it's good and they're going to be happy.
This comes out to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of
Asmon Goldstein beating the allegations. All right, enough about that guy.
Of a coffee. So go to ground.news/Nux or use the QR code right there on screen.
Yeah, ground.news/Nux. Get 40% off the Vantage plan. It's true.
Or the link in the video description down there to subscribe to Ground News today. I feel like what they're doing is really important, especially right now, and it helps us approach the news in a more fair and balanced way. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I didn't do it this time, because I knew she was gonna pressure me about it. I didn't.
Right.
Right.
Now, let's get back
you
to
see
the video.
that? Right.
With all these issues men are facing, they seem to be moving to the right and the Republicans more, since the left and Democrats...
Well, I mean, we know why. It's because the left wants men dead. All right, let's be real. The left wants men absolutely cooked. Yeah, duh.
Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement. Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump.
True.
And I was correct. Well,
Yeah.
now the Democrats have unveiled their final solution.
Oh shit! Oh, the final solution. The final solution! Straight from the last National Socialist Party. The final solution, just kill all the men. Then the women will vote for whoever they want. Problem solved.
To the right-wing male loser epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class.
Oh, yes! It's Hasan Piker. He's gonna do it. He is gonna do it. Listen. Hasan Piker is known for one thing and one thing only. And I'm not even talking about terrorist support, okay? Listen, Hasan Piker is the new Joe Rogan of the left. Joe Rogan used to be the Joe Rogan of the left, but not anymore. You see, this is Hasan Piker, a man that will lead the fucking men of society to become terrorist, sympathizing, radical fuckwits that will own nothing and be happy. I posted this as a response to this tweet, who is the biggest on X. Anyway!
Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves on Election Day in hopes of winning back the working class. Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holing up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. Ah yes, nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms.
True! These people suck, and they're retarded, and they're stupid. Listen, man, we wouldn't be in this problem if women couldn't vote. Listen, I'm not saying that it's a solution. I'm not saying I think we should repeal any amendments here or anything. But I am saying that we would have other problems, perhaps, but not this. Listen, I'm a centrist, I promise.
Great job, guys.
Listen, I realize that my comedy is too powerful. I realize that my comedy is breaking barriers that no one has ever seen before. Definitely subscribe if you think women shouldn't vote.
The plan? Codename SAM, or Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, promises to use the funds to study the syntax, language, and content that gains its virality in these spaces. The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games.
Ads will not help you! Brother! Listen, if I'm trying to play my fucking random video game, you know what they mean by video games. They're just gonna put this in like Uma Musume Genshin Impact Gooner Slop. That's what they're gonna put ads in. Alright, you know that. This isn't gonna be a Dark Souls ad. Dark Souls. Fight your foes and vote for the Democratic Party. They're known for having men wearing lipstick. Yeah, that's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Like, bro, what are we doing? Try to pull your waifu in Genshin Impact. Also, do you want tampons in the men's bathroom?
Among other things. The Democratic Party is treating young men like exotic animals
True.
they're studying.
No, it's not true. The Democratic Party is treating men like retards, treating men like low IQ, pathetic losers that don't understand the greater good, aren't empathetic enough, and they're all just actually assaulters and rapists. Except, we're not gonna say that out loud. We're just gonna have to be pretty realistic about this. Now, that is how the Democratic Party treats men, all right? They don't want to say that because they don't want to push you away even further, but that is how they treat you. They treat you like a low IQ, retard, rapist, scum of the earth, problem of society that needs to be dealt with and manhandled like a dog or a pet. That is how the Democratic Party treats men, and men know that, all right? They really do. It's like, how could we stop men from just being completely out of control of their urges? Bro, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Now, as you can see here is the young man in his natural habitat.
Yes.
In a dark, messy...
Truly the peak. Like, but you have to understand the crazy part about... I just said I'd stop talking about Asmongold. The funniest part about Asmongold is that he does appeal to men because he does what he wants and he's not apologetic about his opinions. He's not just like some beta that's just always gonna apologize for things that he says. Realistically, he's not like married, building a family, doing stuff like that. So I could argue why you might not appreciate his contribution to society, but I do. I really think he has contributed positively to society.
Cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles.
Peak male physique. That was the first time he tried water. That was when he tried water for the first time. Beautiful.
Here is another young man.
Destiny, that's a girl's name, bro. That's a girl's name.
As you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave.
Doesn't he have allegations that he filmed somebody privately and released the nudes? Like, bro, you're like, dude, the leftist example, like the peak leftist physique. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Is this really peak leftist? Really? Is peak leftist like guy that was in open relationships, divorced twice, a son that hates him, and is fully down the Nazi rabbit hole? Like, really, bro? Is this what we're doing?
Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also still mates.
I mean, true, even wives.
Moving on, here is another...
Brother, that was a crazy jump scare. Bro, what the hell, man? I did not deserve this level of abuse. How dare you? Holy schmiblets. Why did she mirror image it? Oh, because I'm talking about Pokimane being a retard bitch. Understandable.
Young man, we think?
That's diabolical.
We're not quite sure about this.
Like it or not, this is peak male form, all right? I get to live a life of privacy and solitude. I make way more money than I deserve. Thank God. And I have a beautiful family that I'm very proud of and that I love with my whole heart. Love it or hate it, this is peak male physique. I say things that I am not scared to say on the internet, no matter who comes after me. I make a living, I support my family, and I do it from the privacy of my own home without even at all risking shit. In complete serenity. Love it or hate it, I am the peak male form.
This one we're still studying.
That is crazy that she pulled me up, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, like why? Out of everyone.
Listen,
I do appreciate it, though, Shoe on Head. That's very cool. You are honestly my favorite role model for men on the left. So listen, we have a lot in common. We have a lot in common, you and I. Not so different, you and I. I think you're the biggest role model for men on the left, because everyone else that talks to men on the left is a complete fucking retard. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to left-wing politics, brother. Everyone else is retarded. You're the only person on the left that doesn't just completely fuck up your own life.
Democrats, instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid, maybe you should, I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Shoe on Head is a perfect example of why we need to repeal the 19.
Oh my fucking God, dude. That's definitely a Nux fan that entered your comments. I'm so sorry, Shoe on Head. I do apologize sincerely. I didn't deserve to do... You didn't deserve this.
Greetings from Albania. I hate women so much, it's unreal.
All right, again, listen. If she does some sort of debate and it turns out this is my comment section, I am going to lose my mind.
Ooh, shoo, mommy, milkies, 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 mommy, mommy, mommy.
Okay, that was definitely a Nux fan. I know, I could sense
One time I got...
her milkies are empty. Do you know what that smells like?
My penis stuck in a soda bottle.
Okay.
Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters last election, Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that's it. But the stats...
See what I mean? See what I mean? The leftist mentality is so retarded at this point. The modern left is so retarded that it's like, what is the problem with men? They're not being taught to not be sexist enough. I disagree. We need to bring it back in a big way. We gotta bring sexism right back. I really have to stop. I have to stop talking. I have to just stop talking. But when I say sexism, I don't mean hatred of one of the sexes. I actually love men and women, not in that way. But in my opinion, recognizing the differences between men and women is a very important part of being a human being. If you think that men and women are identical creatures just with slight physiological differences, then you are a retard and you will be unhappy. Make sexism great again. All right, too far. All right, I have to stop.
I don't bear that out now. Look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have...
Oh my God, what is going on here? What is happening? It is so pathetic when you do this.
A feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there.
She's supposed to be an anti-feminist, right? This is Tomi Lahern. Isn't she supposed to be like anti-feminist? By her being anti-feminist, what, she's anti-men now? Like, it's just feminism with extra steps, bro. Oh my God.
They want to get married, they want to have kids, they want to have stable families, but there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement in order—
You're right! There are people like that. You are so right. Now, how do we solve this problem? I think it's personally, we have to recognize that there's flaws on all sides of the spectrum. There's flaws on the side of propaganda being pushed towards men, and there is propaganda being pushed towards women. Both of these are bad. Both of them are bad. It is a godless propaganda. And honestly, it's horrible. Men need to learn how to become givers again. All right, men need to wake up and realize that they need to give, okay? They have a duty to give their fellow person. And you know what women need to do? The same fucking thing is what they need to do. Yes, absolutely. Insulting women. Yeah, for sure. If you flirt with a woman, they're gonna cancel you on Twitter. Did you see what happened to Corey Kenshin? He's a YouTuber with 20 million subscribers. Some girl came out with text messages where he was flirting with her in private. The internet immediately called him a rapist. Like why even deal with that, bro?
or DoorDash.
Oh no. The very night I was sitting on my couch writing the script.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I feel like the entire media sphere, not just the media, the social media, that shit's crazy, by the way. That shit's insane. All of it. The entire ecosystem, the echo chamber of you're not allowed to say something because we could attribute that as being sexist. Well, you want me to tell you something incredibly sexist? Build a beautiful family, okay? You want to hear something really sexist? If you're a man, marry a woman that will love and respect you, and you treat her with love and respect as well. You get together, you live a life together, you have a family, you have a couple of children, you build a beautiful fucking life, all right? Realistically, you want a hot take? That's what you should do, okay? This is the hot take. But this is not the message being pushed anywhere. The message being pushed to women is you could do it all on your own. You don't need no man. You get a job. You get a career. You don't need children. You don't need any of that. And you're going to be depressed and die alone. And what's the advice we give men? Don't touch women. Don't approach women. Don't talk to women. Don't flirt with women. Because if you do, they're going to call you a rapist, sexist on Twitter, and you're going to lose your life. Right? Realistically, we're living in a society that's so retarded, that's own foot is so far up their own ass that they're not willing to recognize, even for a fraction of a second, what is actually good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if this is some designed Satan propaganda bullshit or if there's just a severe lack of God in the universe. These are two problems that are both, I don't know if they're created by feminism, but they are definitely precipitated by feminism. They really are.
To my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men. This came on my TV on Fox News. A Tomi Lahern and Laura Ingraham segment about stay-at-home sons, men who still live at home. Literally minutes after—
Like, this is pathetic. It's really pathetic. But, like, there's so many reasons for shit like this. There really is. And by the way, that's why I'm a big fan of capitalism, also, not socialism, because socialism means that you could do nothing and still make an income, right? You could still be fine if you do nothing with your life. That's why I believe in capitalism, where you actually have to work. Listen, man. Literally, chapter 2 in Genesis, that by the sweat of your brow you could eat bread, or whatever the phrase is. Like, dog, you gotta go, you gotta work, you gotta create, you gotta give. And honestly, people are training their children to be takers and not givers. And I think that is the #1 flaw in society today.
After this aired, it went absolutely viral on Twitter for not good reasons. So we are going to unpack this piece by piece. Right, because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So come join me in debunking the
woman-on-woman violence. This is what we're here for, guys. We are here for woman versus woman violence.
Male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk about men's issues than two stupid blonde bimbos?
Yes! That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the #1 inspiration for men on the left is a woman. Let that be a testament to how cucked the party is.
Hold on one second.
There we go.
3 stupid blonde bimbos.
Got 'em.
Sorry, I felt left out. All right, let's go. Wait, I need my gamer fuel.
Understandable.
See? I do drink it. That one's for you, Tectone.
That's crazy. By the way, I'm just letting you know, I have made so many jokes saying that she never drinks it. That's crazy.
It's a major problem. And you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement in order.
It's actually crazy, by the way. It's actually crazy to hear someone say this as someone that frames herself as like an anti-feminist, right? She calls herself an anti-feminist. Holy shit. Like, bro, like, what are we even doing? Is this the covert feminism that we were talking about earlier? Oh my God. Holy shit.
DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life.
Yeah, but why would you do any of that? Literally, why would you do that? Like, let's be honest. Why would you do that? Like, I could give you many reasons why men don't want to do that. Not to say that a lot of those are women's fault, but a lot of them are women's faults.
Let's just get back to basics.
So first of all, this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said.
I mean, there definitely are some, basement-dwelling, fart-sniffing guys out there. Absolutely. But I do think it's for sure a minority. Like, I don't think people understand. Men want to get married. Like, I think you're wrong. Or at least want to have sex. And I'll be real, the women be whores these days. I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. They out there giving it up for free with zero commitments. I'm just saying, bitches be crazy, bro.
Guy, because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally made this into a fake phenomena so they can on young men. Meanwhile, Democrats are spending millions of dollars trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back? Don't worry, I got this.
Yes!
Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust-covered slobs.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, one thing that she's obviously misunderstanding is that there are a lot of men on the right that don't actually care if women are gonna call them Cheeto dusted slabs, because they just don't value your opinion. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. Listen, it's men on the left. They will value every woman's opinion, because, you know, they're trained to believe all women are queens. But, like, you have some people that are like, yes, some women are just not queens. All right, listen. Just be honest.
You. Nice. Thanks. I love you. I love you too.
Exactly, bro. This is the actual horseshoe of feminism. They're all secret feminists. All right. Oh, stop. Make it stop. Oh, God. Yeah! Now that's beautiful. You see, that is a woman trope. All right? Let's be real. The shipping thing, the Barbie doll thing, the shipping thing, this is classic woman trope. That's what I'm saying. You see, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. This is art.
The amount of young men living home with their parents increasing. Yes. Is it because they're lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day? No.
Well, some of them probably are, realistically. However, I think the majority is not because of that at all.
And also, they're not paying for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on. Get with the times.
Damn.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you...
Like, it's so wild watching people do this. It's like, why are you saying these things? Like you realize that that is just feminism from the other direction, right? Like, that really is just feminism all over again. Being so anti-feminist that you just become feminist the other way.
You tried applying for a job as a young man recently? Or tried buying a house on the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man? No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering.
See, she wouldn't hit has or something.
Listen, I know the average age of a Fox News viewer is like 70 nowadays and you need to pander to them, but Tom—
But that gets clipped, put on Twitter, and 14-year-olds are watching that now.
You were like 2 years younger than me. You know this shit isn't true. Why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like a f***ing boomer? I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what? She's not like those other young people. Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler.
She's spitting!
And get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure.
I mean, realistically, her job is probably, like, listen, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think there's a really easy grift that a lot of women do on the internet is, just like men do this too, by the way. I just want to make this very clear. A lot of women will go on the internet and be like, men are good. Men are great. Men deserve more love. And they will immediately get a massive male audience. The same grift exists on the other side, where you have men that will say, women are so mistreated by society. Sexism is such a real thing. How dare you insult my queen? And they are literally gonna get an entire freaking merit-based community based off that. I am just saying, you have those two things. They both exist 1000%, and they are both insidious, because none of them believe the shit that they say.
The main problem with this brain-dead, boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality.
True.
This slop is specifically designed.
You ask any, look, man, look, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe this is anecdotal, but I do not think that you will never meet a man, okay, that's 30, living in their mother's basement, that if you wouldn't give them the option, you have the choice to leave, marry a beautiful woman that will love and take care of you, and you will have to take care of them in return. If you give this option to any man that's between 20 and 30, they will take it. They would take it. Every single one. So, realistically, this is not true, you know? Like, there is a reason why people are in their houses, even if they are. I'm not even willing to accept the fact that there is this massive epidemic of people sitting there in their houses and doing that and crying covered in Cheeto dust. But even if that is the case, all you need to give them is the ability to change it, and they would in an instant. Every single one of them.
Designed for people who paid like...
Except for gay people. They might not change it, because... they don't want to marry a beautiful woman.
$5 for a f***ing house. And listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They are not sending you. They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my god, I truly believe they do not understand how good they had it. They could support a family on a single income. A single income-
I wonder why now we can't. I wonder why you need two incomes. Oh, feminism. Oh, how foolish me. Oh, what a fool. Oh.
From a job that didn't require a college degree. Their leaders didn't prostitute away their economic future for some cheap plastic shit from China.
True, they didn't even prostitute away their daughters like they do today. You have this entire fucking marketplace of people literally pawning their daughters off to OnlyFans to bring in an income. That shit's gross.
They inherited the greatest economy known to man, and they pretend it's a paradise that they earned. I just don't understand, like, why don't boomers and spiritual boomers like Tomi Lauren see people struggling and go, wow, I wish I could fix this?
Well, I mean, to be honest, we all know it's strong men create good times, create weak times, create strong women, create weak men. You know what I'm saying?
You should have it better than I had it. And you wonder why so many millennials and zoomers don't want kids. I want to make the world a better place for my children. I want to make the world a better place for my children. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you spoiled brat.
True.
Children. Not happening.
True. That's the modern society, baby. Children bad. A godless generation.
Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men.
Young men are becoming...
This is crazy. It's crazy that she actually went on air to say that.
Lazy because they're becoming feminized. So they're becoming lazy because they act more like women? What did she mean by this, chat?
Bro, because she's a panderer. She has to keep saying that women are lazy. That's literally her entire pandering career. It's saying women lazy, women bad, but they're bad because of men who are actually bad because of women who are bad because of men.
You know, there's like a decrease in testosterone or something happening, but men are moving right-wing all over the world.
True.
Does that correlate with the feminization? Or, I mean, there are suspiciously a lot of far-right femboys, so...
Okay, that's anecdotal evidence.
Oh.
Anecdotal evidence!
But here's the thing, Tammy. There is absolutely no evidence that young women want to start families more than young men. No.
Of course, all men want to start families more than women. But now, because of modern feminism. And then women will not have families and be morbidly depressed people. So you know what they do about their depression? Do you know what women that are depressed because they're 60 years old, they have no family and they're alone and fat? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to convince an entire other generation of women that it's better to be alone and fat than it is to actually build a family. To literally, and I mean this literally, vandalize an entire generation, to cripple them, to make sure that they have as pathetic and sad of a life as they have. I am just saying that is a real thing, all right? The sabotage of a generation is so real.
None. In fact, all the data says the exact opposite.
True. It's we're living in the girl boss era. Don't get a man, don't get a job, don't get a man, just build a career. Be a strong woman. Be a strong woman. That's it. That's what it's all about. Rule your life through your empathy. Men are bad. Men are so bad. You have empathy and emotional integrity and depth. Unlike men. Ugh, disgusting. They're all rapists. Like, come on, dude. Like, we've all heard this so many times. I don't even need to, tell you anything else. We've all heard this exact speech in every single movie. Like, dude, this is every Hollywood movie. Young girl, always mistreated because men are controlling everything and there's a patriarchy, which there isn't. And the men that are secretly controlling everything from the shadows are making life bad for women. But women realize once they embrace themselves and their womanhood, they are truly the strongest of them all. And not only did she embrace her womanhood, but her womanhood is getting a career and becoming a scientist. That is her true womanhood. It's like, what are we doing, guys? It's like subversion on top of subversion.
According to Pew Research, 64% of women younger than 50 say they just don't want to have children.
That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
No reason, they just don't want them. Versus 50% of men who say the same. Another study...
Yeah, godless society. It's a society that's not at all trying their best to make society better for people. We're dead, bro.
By Archbridge Institute shows the same. 63% of women without children said they have no desire to have a child.
All right, so you know what you do from there on? You know what you do? Import immigrants. That's right, baby. That's right. Let's just bring in 1 million immigrants. They will solve this problem. Don't need children, we'll just bring in children from other places. Hell yeah!
While only 50% of men said the same. For men, the most commonly cited factor was personal finance. But among women, the strongest reason not to have a child was their desire to maintain their personal independence.
I have an opinion here that I think is true. I think this is true. The reason why women think this way is because of the social cancer that is modern society. There is nothing inherent about this. Biologically, naturally, everything, every fiber of their body, I think, is opposed to this. Just like every fiber of a man's body is opposed to this. You want to create a next generation. Inherently, I believe you do. However, you have a society that's trying to convince you not to do that. And it's killing all these people.
Basically, they don't want to give up their brunch and mimosas. They've been ass-blasted with propaganda their whole lives, telling them their lives will be ruined, their bodies will be ruined, they'll never have fun again, they'll be miserable forever if they have children. And as someone who has had a children,
oh my god,
best decision I've ever made.
Let's
10,
go!
10, highly recommend, would do it again. But yes, this idea that men are the ones primarily responsible for the low birth rates is laughable. We're laughing over here. But honestly, it's not really women or men's fault. There are a lot of factors that play into this. But Tomi, I really gotta ask, is it men or is it you?
This is gonna be the summer of canceling boys. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It is not
This is crazy. This is crazy. Holy shit.
just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country.
My friends are successful. Men don't give a shit about that. They'd marry a Walmart cashier if she was nice to them.
True. Listen.
I think men between the ages of 20 and 30 are not ready, in most cases, for marriage. Are you?
Why? On what basis does she say these things? Like, does she actually have any basis for any of this? It's not us. It's all the men that I'm gonna be bitching about now on TikTok.
Usually not ready to be husbands and fathers.
That's a cultural issue. So, look,
No, I would actually, back to your point,
Yeah.
I think it's a biological thing.
What? Literally, what are you talking about? Wait, so every single generation in history was all wrong? Every single generation in all of history? Like, are you actually insane? Bro, men got married at the age of 18 forever. Forever.
So let me get this straight. Men are all trash and won't commit and won't leave mommy's basement, and they're destroying the birth rates. But also young men are biologically incapable of commitment and being parents. What? But wait, there's more! She also believes women don't have to bring anything to the table.
And as a woman,
oh my god, dude.
I want a strong
People told me I needed to react to this debate.
man who is a protector and a provider, that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
Never before in history.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Like the ultimate and like unabashed selfishness. This selfishness of this cretin, and I mean I believe there's a lot of people that believe this. Like again, I think that this is right-wing feminism. Right-wing feminism does this shit, and it's absolutely diabolical. Oh my lord, that's crazy. Yeah, so
you need to get of it. I quite frankly don't consider you.
Men need to do all sorts of things and all these and all those. If not, they're wastes, they're slobs. Women are perfect. We should be treated like queens. We're awesome. It's feminism on the other side. It's literally just reverse feminism, and it's just feminism all over again.
A real man.
Never before in history have women demanded so much and offered so little. So before we get deeper into this retarded, manufactured, stay-at-home son narrative, let's check the Facebook comments of this Fox News video, because I am really interested to see what, like, the typical Fox News viewer thinks about this.
All right.
If the women are anything like these two, I can hardly blame the men for staying home.
Oh,
Blame. These two women have a combined age of 93, and they have 0 children between both of them.
Is that true? Is that true? Are two women with no children explaining conservative values to men? There is no fucking way. Like, this is diabolical.
You both have repugnant personality types, so listening to this was like male birth control to me.
You are keeping us at home, goddammit! If they're anything like you, I am never leaving my mother's basement again.
My goodness! Boomers are ruthless! Bunch of sissies. I served 6 years, 2 years in Southeast Asia after Vietnam was over. When I was 18, rent was $450 and I could afford to get my own place.
Damn.
She's so spot on. Nothing screams I'm a loser run from me than a guy living at home in his parents' house with his 12-year-old boy's bedroom decor at age of 30. Thank God we raised our sons to be men, who grew up, lived on their own, found their soulmate, got married, bought a beautiful home, and started a family. I was out the door at 18, worked on the assembly line at Dodge and in the Air Force at 19, never went back home. I can't relate to this. Yes, we know you people can't relate. We know. But the world has changed. Why can't you people get this through your heads? I will never let my sons stay home. I'm trying to push them out of the nest. Okay, I really gotta ask, is this an Anglo thing? Immediately kicking your kid out when they turn 18 years old?
By the way, this is such an Anglo thing. It really is. I don't know. Listen, obviously I grew up Jewish. I don't know a single person that did this, like in my personal life. But then I started actually meeting people like outside of my community, and everyone does this. It's wild.
My Mediterranean mind cannot comprehend this. And honestly, why the f would a man leave home, leave his mother's cooking, for a woman who probably can't cook? Not me, though. Personally, I can cook amazing homemade meals. I'll have you know I am a great trad wife.
Look at that. Dino nuggies. Oh, wow. By the way, I've been eating good. I'm just saying. I'm living my best life. What can I say? Thank God. I thank God every single day. Holy shit.
Bone apple teeth.
Now, unfortunately, Tomi Lahern wasn't the only one pushing this stupid, lazy young men go get a job bullshit. Mike Johnson did it, referencing 29-year-old men playing video games all day.
Oh my God, how do we keep doing this?
Steve Scalise did it with 35-year-old men playing video games all day. And just the other night, I saw this on my TV. Again.
A Wall Street Journal headline got our attention. The new dream job for young men, stay-at-home son. It's a phrase that's taken off since 27-year-old Brendan Leo won $59,000 on Jeopardy. And he has a master's degree in political science, but he's unemployed. Grow up, get a job, get a wife, build a family.
Just get a wife, bro. Just get a job, bro.
It is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane watching people be so divorced from reality. It's unreal.
Oh, get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into jobland where jobs grow on jobbies?
The term welfare queen must have fell out of fashion with Republicans, because it seems even they know the approved safe demographic to go after now. Because it's very obvious what demographic they are talking about when they say young men in their basements playing video games. This just get a job, lazy attitude is not surprising, but it's especially funny coming from Fox News of all places. Fox News that spends so much time yapping about immigrants taking American jobs. Fox News will talk for years about how Americans are being screwed out of the workforce. But when this issue manifests itself in Gen Z, suddenly it's a moral failure. The fact is—
well, I mean, she's right, and she's also not completely right, because most people could get jobs. Realistically, most people could get jobs. I do think that is the case. But I think that it's a bad schooling. It's a bad society. I think any parent that promotes and pushes their kid to go for a degree in fucking political science and to go for some like really wild lesbian tap dancing in Southeast Asia, it's like, dog, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? That shit's a scam. Like, it really is. College is such a scam if you're getting a degree like that. Like, I don't know, man. It's really wild watching society evolve, or devolve, you could say, and seeing that somebody has a degree in gender studies and now they're in debt to college. And it's like, yeah, no fucking shit, your life is on fire.
Is a lot of American jobs held by men are being lost to automation, offshoring, and yes, cheap foreign labor.
Completely true. She's right. Which is why I think illegal immigrants should be removed from the country. And men that don't have jobs should take those jobs. And there are jobs to be found. It's just a shitty fucking economy.
Companies and billionaires would rather have cheap labor that they can essentially abuse, not pay fair wages to, just good little worker drones who won't unionize.
She's right. So kick them out of the country. That's right. Kick every illegal immigrant out of the country. I saw some numbers saying that there's 60 million people, 60 million illegal immigrants in America. Get them all fucking out. All of a sudden, you're gonna have an extra 60 million jobs on the table. And you know what? If you are an American, then you are gonna be paid, at least relatively fair wages, because realistically, you're gonna sue the shit out of them if they're not willing to pay you. I don't know, man. I think that's a pretty good way to make some jobs.
Rather than hire American workers for a living wage. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money they make. I remember when Bernie Sanders called open borders a Koch brothers conspiracy.
Open borders? That's a Koch brothers proposal, which says essentially there is no United States.
But it would make a lot of the global poor richer, wouldn't it?
It would make everybody in America poor. Then you're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
What happened to Bernie Sanders? Complete sellout. Please say that he's a sellout.
Yeah, I go.
I'm so happy that Shoeonhead said that. A lot of you might not know the lore here. Shoeonhead is a massive Bernie Sanders fan. I have always been against the guy. I never liked him. Shoeonhead has always been a massive Bernie Sanders fan. I'm really happy to see this, to be honest, because every single Democrat that comes out and yells that Trump is deporting illegal immigrants, you're all retards. You're all complete retards.
A lot of these jobs being taken are jobs traditionally held by men, like construction and factory jobs, manual labor work. But it's not just manual labor jobs, it's also the tech industry and business industry, which are careers also mainly held by men. There are many examples of this, such as Microsoft recently cutting thousands of American workers while requesting 14,000 more H-1B workers this year. Some of those job positions include data scientists, which are 70% men, software developers, which are 80% men, and electronic engineers, which are 90% men, and many more like that. Another example of this was Tesla, where roughly 15,000 American employees were fired in April 2024, and many were replaced with H-1B visa holders. On Twitter, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy tried to chalk this up to these immigrants just simply being the best and the brightest.
That's right. There is no American that could work well as an Indian man on an H-1B visa that you coincidentally pay less. Absolutely. Anyone dumb enough to believe that we should deport all illegal immigrants is stupid? Okay, well, call me stupid, but I think that's the case. And I think you're retarded. With all due respect, I think you're wrong. I think every single illegal immigrant in the country should be removed. That's why we have laws. That's why we have borders. I think it would make the country better. I think it would make it safer. And I think it would give more job to Americans, which is the #1 goal, after all, of America. So realistically, every single one of them getting pushback in chat right now. So I have to make sure that people understand I am not trolling. There is zero troll when I say that every single person in America illegally should be removed, all right? Not faltering, not buckling. All right, I'm seeing some pushback, so I want to make this clear. Very clear. Very, very clear. Every single person in the country illegally should not be in the country should remove themselves, and if they're not willing to remove themselves, they should get removed. They are criminals, they are trespassing in my country, and get the fuck out. There's a process to get in legally. Sorry, bro, that's my opinion. If you don't like it, you have the right to watch me, you have the right not to watch me. You don't have to be a Nux fan. I'm very clear about this. Subscribe if you want to. Do not subscribe if you do not want to. If you are illegal in the country, leave. All right? Sorry, you're making the country worse.
Yeah, okay. You're paying them less for longer hours and more work, and they're willing to deal with it.
And if you don't want to go yourself, to Alligator Alcatraz, baby!
In order to stay in the country. It's coercive, exploitative, and, dare I say, not very America first.
Yeah, it's the opposite of America first. I mean, realistically, and I'm not going to be rude here, the number one job of the government is to try their best to make sure that things work as well as possible for the American people. Obviously, the government doesn't always do that, but in my opinion, that is what the government should absolutely do. This is my opinion. And that includes not bringing in foreign people to steal your jobs. Hot take, that's not a good thing.
Conservatives confronted Elon Musk for this last year. He told somebody, and I quote, "Take a big step back and yourself in the face on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." Okay. So when it comes to replacing American workers in manual labor with cheap foreign labor, it's deport, deport, deport. But when it comes to replacing his American workers with cheap foreign labor, it's yourself in the face.
I mean, I think that realistically the reason why he says that is because he wants to do it legally. But the reason why it's done legally is because I think that people aren't pushing it enough. I think it's just not pushing it hard enough.
Interesting. There's also affirmative action and DEI, which are other things Fox News always pisses and shits about. But suddenly, when the conversation is about Gen Z men, the demographic of people who are victims of these things, suddenly these things just don't exist anymore. Then it's, oh, young men are all just lazy. They just want to be in their parents' basement ordering and playing video games. It's not just the brown people.
Listen, I think that there's a mix of things, realistically. There's always a mix of things. It's not every issue has one solution. I think it's a very multifaceted problem. But I think that there are a lot of really simple solutions. Really, really simple solutions.
People taking your jobs. I am not beating the allegations with this one. The brown people are not taking your jobs, okay? It's not their fault. They're just cheaper. Aim upwards.
Damn.
But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. It's the women, too. Many of the dying industries are male-dominated, while many of the growing industries are female-dominated. And stigma,
because a lot of the physical labor industries you could get replaced, and those are the ones that are primarily men. I mean, look, I think we need to bring back trade schools. I think we need to kill and absolutely gut, and not only gut. We need to do anti-propaganda, direct anti-propaganda, literal direct anti-propaganda. For the entire society of you grow up, you go to high school, you go to college, you get a degree, I don't care what it's in, you get a degree in the arts and gender studies and gender utopia and fucking bullshit, random cringe. Listen, man, I think that's insane.
Around these jobs being woman jobs usually stops men from working them. Women are overwhelmingly entering and excelling in college and the workforce, and they're more flexible about job position and pay, while young men usually hold out for higher paying, higher position jobs that will make them the breadwinner. Because you see, despite the world progressing and the role of women changing, the role of men has not changed. Every woman is a feminist until the dinner bill comes. But what's crazy is, women might be the ones paying that dinner bill soon. A study from the UK found women aged 22 to 29 earned about 1,000 more annually than men.
All right, wage gap is dead. I'm glad that's over. Glad that shit was destroyed.
Completely reversing the traditional gender pay gap for this age group. In the US, a 2022 Pew Research Center analysis showed that women under 30 out-earned men in many metropolitan areas, with median earnings at or above 100% of men's in cities like New York and Washington, D.C. That may not sound like a lot of money now, but it's a growing trend that has never been seen before. It's so bad that it's really starting to affect the dating world.
And not only that, but I think, again, I really think it's propaganda. I think it's fucking propaganda. It really is. I really think it's actual fucking propaganda. It is, because there are so many ways that you could get around this issue. It's absolutely diabolical. It is diabolical looking at this shit. I don't know, man.
American women have never been this resigned to staying single. They are responding to major demographic shifts, including huge and growing gender gaps in economic and educational attainment, political affiliation, and beliefs about what family should look like. More women than men are attending college, buying houses, and focusing on their friendships and careers over dating and marriage. The challenges of finding a romantic partner have been made more complicated by a growing divide in education and career prospects between men and women. In 2024, 40% of American women ages 25 to 34 had a bachelor's degree, according to Pew, compared to 37% of men. A bachelor's degree increases net lifetime earnings by an estimated $1 million. Women are doing comparatively well when it comes to education in their early years in the labor force, and men are doing comparatively badly. Men's economic struggles seem to be having the biggest effect on women without a college degree, whose merits by 45 have plummeted to 52% for those 1930 and 1980, according to research by Cornell University. Young men without a degree are struggling so much as a group that there simply aren't enough with steady jobs and earnings for non-college women to date. Men are poor, women most affected. Modern women—
Right? Isn't that crazy how that happens, man? Isn't that absolutely insane? Like, that's gotta be some crazy shit. Men are poor. This is bad because, you see, women
are no longer tied to their gender role. Birth control has freed them from the prison that is their biology, and they are
crazy.
Making their own money. Sometimes.
And then you have an entire generation of depressed people. I wonder why depression is skyrocketing. I wonder. It probably has nothing to do with any of this. This is probably completely insane.
More than men. They can have it all. They can do anything. They can be anything. While at the same time, men are still expected to be the provider. And more importantly,
I'm telling you, I said this before, I'll say it again. You know, you have a woman complaining, I can't believe it. Men make so much more than women. Men make more than women. We should be making just as much as men. Also, women, I'm not gonna date someone that doesn't make as much money as me. Okay, all right, problem solved. Listen, there are so many masculine jobs out there. There really are. I just think society is incentivizing people to not actually do any of that. I just think society is directly saying that you should not do that. Like, it's crazy. Like, bro, you could become a mechanic, a welder, a plumber, an electrician. All these jobs, like, they make good money. They do make good money even today. But this was never even an opportunity for most men. It didn't even enter your mind to do any of these things because, well, society told you that you should get a degree in gender studies and you know, female biology or whatever the fuck in college. I'm sorry, they don't care about female biology in college. That's something they actually don't care about in college. But it's absolutely insane.
Men still want to be the provider, but they can't. And women, though strong and independent, still want men to be the provider.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be. That
women be like, we don't want you to actually have jobs, but also we want you to have jobs.
Will protect me, protect my family, make money.
Basically, men are like, we're worried.
Men, you need to do everything. You need to do everything and do everything, give everything to our society, protect us, give us money, build our lives, do everything, raise the children. I don't think they're not splitting home chores, right? Men gotta do half the chores at home too. But you expect me to do the home chores? Oh, hold up. Well, wait, whoa, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. What are we talking about?
We're not making enough money. And women are like, we're worried men are not making enough money. Hello class, I am Miss On Head. I am substituting for your teacher today. She was arrested for molesting a 12-year-old boy. So today we are learning about the graph. This is the growth in productivity versus hourly compensation graph. And you can trace almost everything bad happening in society back to this graph. As you can see, productivity increased while compensation barely grew over the same time period. Notice they tracked very closely up until around 1972.
What happened
what happened around 1972, class? Well, the top marginal tax rate was reduced from 70% in 1964 to 50% by 1981. The federal minimum wage began to stagnate. Income going to the 1% rose from 9% in the 60s to 16% in 2023. CEOs also went from making 20 times more than the average worker to making 350 times more than the average worker. Anything else happen around 1972? Yes, Jimmy, that is correct.
Feminism.
Women joined the workforce.
Oh, really? What? No. What? No.
Around around this time, but we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, definitely that didn't contribute at all. Absolutely. No, sir, that didn't contribute.
The fact is, hard work no longer guarantees success, and the will to work is tied to the fruits of your labor. And young men are fed up today because 90% of that fruit is rotten. Now, is there some truth to modern young people being lazy? Sure, I guess. Every generation had lazy people.
I mean, listen, I think that socialism contributes to lazy people. I know that Shoehead's a socialist, but I think socialism definitely contributes a lot to being a lazy person. I think it's not only that, it's society. It's society telling you that you're allowed to be lazy. Not allowed to be lazy. Society literally sits there and yells at you and tells you to sit on your ass.
And we do basically live in late-stage mouse utopia, after all. Young people today are faced with two options: revolution or escapism. And a lot of them are choosing escapism. Many have basically given up, but it's not like they didn't try. They tried, and they found out the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, whether it's college, dating, or the job market. And in a way, many young men are kind of choosing revolution. The never-before shift rightward in young men is a
Listen, I think the large shift rightward is for many reasons. I don't think it's purely economic or social. I think it's really a mix of a lot of things. A lot of things. One is being sick of a society that's telling you that you're the source of problems when you are the ones that built the society. It's like, the crazy thing is, the framework that we have now that gives women the ability to do these things was built by men. And now, using the current framework, it's all about destroying men. Now, listen, men had enough of the propaganda and shit. And I think women did too. I just think a lot of women didn't realize exactly what to do with that yet.
All revolution in a way. They're saying, this isn't working for me, this sucks, I hate this, I want something different. This is also manifesting on the Democrat side in general. The young men that are still
the young men on the Democrat side, oh God have mercy,
voting left are voting further left.
You know, the Democrat side men are supporting terrorists now. Like, that is how insane the left is right now.
You saw this recently in New York City, where
with this guy who says that he no longer wants police to come to homes of domestic violence. That's right, that's his newest thing. If there is a domestic violence incident, we are defunding the police. The police should not go to those homes. Classic, hell yeah.
Zoran Mamdani, a self-proclaimed Democratic socialist, won the Democratic primary. Young men are tired of the establishment, left and right. They're tired of the system, and they want to burn it down and start again. They want something that works for them. Understandable. This is not working for them.
Understandable. True.
If you wake up one morning and you find yourself in a society where 23-year-olds with 4-year college degrees and like initiative who aren't smoking weed every day, if they can't make enough to buy a car, much less a home, much less get married, much less have children, then why should you be surprised when half of them say they prefer socialism?
I mean, listen, he's right. He's right on this one.
Fox News should hire that guy. There is an entire generation of fighting-aged men who are enraged and feel like they have nothing to live for. You should probably start caring. When they saw this airing on Fox News, they saw an angry woman nagging in their faces about how
not only is she an angry woman, she is supposedly on our side, guys. She's on our side. She is an anti-feminist. Right? She is on our side. And all she is just another feminist. It's crazy.
Everything wrong in the world is their fault. An all too familiar thing they have been hearing for far too long. But unfortunately for Democrats, nobody under the age of 60 watches Fox News, so this is not really going to have an effect on young men whatsoever. So keep that-
young men are, there is a revolution happening, and the young men revolution is definitely here. And the young men revolution is absolutely going to the right, because people are realizing that A, you want a society that has laws, and B, you want a society that has values. And I think we are currently living, look, there's another thing that I think, I don't want to say it could solve all these problems immediately, but it would solve a lot of these problems, and it's actually having values. We are living in a society that is predicated on the lack of values, on pure hedonism, and on doing whatever the fuck you want with your life. But if you're living in a society with zero values whatsoever, do whatever you want, no values, no morals, no ethics, you don't believe in anything, everything is subjective, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and if you're living in a society like that, well, then it's gonna fall apart at the seams. It always does.
That $20 million. You might still need it, unless we get dragged into another war in the Middle East. If we do get dragged into another war in the Middle East, young men might come running back to the Democratic Party. Maybe.
Bro, if we get dragged into a war in the Middle East, it'll be the Democrats that do it. I'm just calling it right here. It'll be the Democrats that do it. It's not going to be a Republican.
Maybe not even a George Bush 2 electric boogaloo will have men coming back to the Democratic Party. Hopefully we don't find out. And as I'm editing this right now, a lot of young people, even the podcast bros, seem pretty upset about the Epstein thing, but we know Democrats won't take advantage of the situation in order to protect the Clintons, so maybe...
I mean, to be honest, I'm more upset at the Democrats than the Republicans about the Epstein thing. I'm more disappointed in the Republicans, but I'm more upset at the Democrats. Look, the Democrats had every ability to release the Epstein files for 4 years, and they didn't do it, okay? Now, I had no faith that they would do it, because I didn't even know who the president was. I didn't know who was running the country for the last 4 years. It wasn't Biden. We just confirmed that it wasn't AutoPen that signed all that shit, by the way. It's just been officially confirmed. Biden wasn't running the country. I don't know who was. So I had no faith in them whatsoever, all right? Yeah, Clinton went to the island 26 times, and he probably had nothing to do with anything, right? So, you know, actually insane.
Maybe not even this will save them, but we'll see, I guess. Hold on one second.
This isn't going to save them.
Okay. That's better.
Nice.
So that was that video. What do you think of the male loser epidemic? Do you agree with Tomi Lahern? Is it all men's fault? Leave your comments below. I read them all. I am probably reading them right now as you type them. Wait, don't write that. No, you can't say that. No, it doesn't matter if it's with an A. If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to me on Patreon, or leave a little tip with the little tip jar down below. Or give it a little heart. It helps the channel, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys again soon with a new video, a new slop video, because I know you gremlins love that shit.
I love slop. Yeah, no, this was a great video. I think in conclusion, it's all women's fault. Thanks for watching. Hope in conclusion, it's all women's fault. See you in the next one. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, man.